They weren't debating. They were really talking at and over each other.
I even bought a book called Believing Bullshit, and I wanted him to read it. And did he ever stop believing his beliefs? No, he just thought I was an asshole.
Yeah.
Because I was an asshole.
It's Greg and Joel Fix the World. Because if you haven't heard, guys don't hang out anymore. They start a podcast. Welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. It's Greg and Joel Fix the World. I am Joel.
I'm Greg.
And we're here to help solve your problems, fix the world.
Fix the world.
One question at a time.
That's right.
Today I have a question for good old Greg.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, something happened today that I witnessed that made me think of this question. So I'll give you the story.
Very topical.
Yeah, it's topical.
Yeah.
We don't know when you're going to hear it, but it's topical. So I witnessed two people I love and care about have a debate, in quotes for anyone listening, about, it kind of doesn't matter, but it was about the existence of God.
Oh.
And on the one hand,
Little light topic for today.
that's not your question, but
Okay.
on the one hand,
I do like that question. Put it in the bank. Yeah. Yeah. Bring that one on later. I'm ready. Bring it.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, that's true. This is your time.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done. Thank you.
On the one hand,
Yeah.
person A was claiming no existence of God and expressing why person B, who did believe in God, was
Yeah.
wrong, and vice versa.
Okay.
The problem was, debate by itself is great. People need to debate each other, need to understand each other's opinions and, why they think what they think. But they weren't debating, as far as I could see. They were really talking at and over each other, and no one was going to change anyone's opinion, especially when it's atheism versus belief. But they were really just talking at each other, and they got a little bit angry, and I didn't like it. It made me uncomfortable. But the question I want to get to you about is debate itself. We do live in this kind of polarized world. It could be politics, religion, whatever, doesn't matter. Breast milk versus formula. Like, it could be anything versus anything in the world. But the art of debate and why we debate one another or have conversation is being lost in our polarized, tweetable, TikTokable, ChatGPT-able world where we just have to know only what we think. So where do you stand on the art of debate, the need for sort of healthy debate versus people who just stand in their corners and yell at each other?
I love this question for so many reasons. And I'm going to start, I think we need to get more agreement, because we may not have agreement on the premise itself that debate is good. Now, I do think debate is good. I like debate, but I don't think debate should be confused with mutual pursuit of truth. Because often when people are in a debate, the premise is you have a position and think of a debating competition on stage.
Right.
You have a position, and the objective is to win points and to prove your point.
Right.
It has nothing to do with, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
Maybe they're right. It's about doubling down, tripling down, and proving that they're wrong and I'm right.
Right.
So I do like that. If I'm sure I'm right, then I think debate's the way to go, because I'm not interested in pursuing truth.
Yeah.
Because I believe I own the truth in that case. But
I think I was labeling debate within this sort of umbrella of
Like
conversation, discourse, debate. But
Yeah.
you're right. What you just described is absolutely correct. That
Yeah.
debate is just me telling you my point
Yeah.
and thinking it's correct.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So backing up, what is the question itself? Because there's a lot of ways. I have so many opinions on this.
Go where you were going, and then we'll...
Well, I think it first of all, it's topic dependent, right? So if you have somebody who believes in God and somebody who doesn't, it's very unlikely that either of them are going to walk away with a different
Right. You're never going to
a
change
different
anybody's
view.
mind.
So I think what's important, and probably what doesn't happen, is the two people involved in that discussion, do they even know why they're in it? What are they trying to do?
Right.
Right? Because before I enter into any kind of conversation where I think I'm trying to change someone's mind, I think the most important question is that even on the table?
Why is it important for you to change someone's mind?
Well, this is another issue.
Yeah.
It used to be. I used to. So we had another episode about growth.
Yeah.
And I wish I had brought this up because
Well, now's your chance.
I believe I have grown in a certain way, folks, that I used to have to be right I used to have to prove my point, especially if I firmly believed that I was right about something. Like, I don't know, doesn't matter the topic, but I didn't have the live and let live. It's okay if you have your opinion,
Yeah.
and I can have mine, and I don't have to be right, and you don't have to know I'm right. So
Are
I'd
you
let
not
go.
still a little like that,
Yeah, a little
Greg?
bit, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not completely cured. I'm a
You're
work.
growing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Some progress, not done completely. But I think if you're going to enter into a discussion, it's important. If I want to change your mind or persuade someone, I would ask myself, is it even possible? There's certain topics I just know it's not possible. And even if it is technically possible, is the other person willing to have that happen?
Right.
Because a lot of what could seem like debate and let's discuss this and figure things out, it's really two people who have come with positions with zero interest in changing their mind.
Right.
And I think with something like God or politics, these are the prototypical topics that it's
You're in your corner and you're not coming out.
yeah. So I often wonder what is even going on. Are people just having conversation because it's something to do? Like, do they really think? And I'm gonna evoke Sheldon again. If you haven't, so Sheldon was somebody Joel and I encountered when we were shopping at Home Depot, and he decided
We'd only podcast together. We shop at Home Depot together.
Well, we were shopping for a podcast piece of wood to fix our mics
to fix the world.
fix our mics and fix the world. And if you missed that one, Sheldon decided to, as he was walking us to where the scrap wood is, he treated us to how much he hates Trump. And I realized, like, that's the kind of topic that if you hate Trump or you don't, two people are not going to change each other's mind. Like,
no.
and it's, that's why they say you don't talk about politics. What are the religion and politics? That's like,
Right.
But there's so many, those are the two easy ones to name. But in general, in conversation, I think it pays to get clear early. Are either of you interested in changing your mind?
Right.
It sounds like the two parties that you were listening to were not interested in changing their mind. But what did each want from the other? Did they believe there was a chance to change their mind?
There's no way they thought that.
So what was their motivation for engaging in that at all?
I couldn't tell you. I can't even remember how it came up, but at a certain point, it just becomes a pissing match. It's like, I'm going to say it louder, and I'm going to tell you that I'm right because you have to be wrong for me to be right. And that's what it became.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of asked the question that I did. It's like, where in that do we find the healthy discourse?
And you know what's...
Because the world's becoming way more polarized.
Well, what's disheartening is you're talking about two human beings, right?
Yeah.
Face to face,
Yeah.
talking, listening, eye to eye.
Yeah.
We know how in social media that kind of discourse has disappeared. It's all
Yeah.
talking points, and we've long lamented the death of nuance.
Right.
And people just have their position and their camp and their party line, and they just stick to it. But it's disheartening that in the few occasions where people are actually face to face, it becomes a pissing match.
Yeah.
That's disheartening, Joel.
I agree, which is why
for them and for you to witness it.
I want to fix the world with that and make it somewhat...
How do you fix even a conversation? Like, I agree. If we are going to fix the world, people have to maybe look at their own way of communicating.
But it's
their own
not
conversation.
good enough that I believe what I believe and you believe what you believe. No, you better start believing what I believe. It's just not good enough that we can have a conversation about it. When did that happen, and how do we kind of tamp it down?
Where does that come from? Like, what?
That you have to think.
Yeah,
what I think?
let's kind of just look at that dynamic. Let's just put it under a microscope, and you and me are forensic experts. What's going on? What is behind that need to be right and to have that pissing match? Why that burning need to piss at all?
Do you think that, I'm going to answer it with a question, but do you think discourse prior to social media, I don't want to use like easy answers, but prior to the way we fragmented how we talk and get our news and our information, that discourse prior to that was more, I'm going to say, civilized and allowed for the openness to you express something and I express something. And if we disagree, that's also okay.
Yeah.
But things evolved, Social media.
My gut, I wish I would have the data to know this, but my gut would say, since we're all primed now for sound bites, Nothing in social media is primed for discourse, right? So
Right.
I would be shocked if social media doesn't correlate with the death of actual face-to-face long-form conversation. There's a
Yeah.
few of them. There's a few of them. Your son was saying he watches long form, right? Like he'll watch a podcast that's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
So they're out there, and they are popular, but by and large, yeah, I think it's rare that.
It's generational too. I interviewed a woman at like a professor at a business school.
Yeah.
It was like a profile of her,
Yeah.
and she said she was teaching in that business school. Soft skills was part of the
Yeah.
program for MBA students.
Yeah.
Because people sitting in the cubicle next to you will email you the thing because they don't want to confront your face to tell you the thing.
So they'll be in the next cubicle. And
Yeah, and
rather
they're
than
just
speak,
they'll
they'll
text you or email you because
Yeah.
I don't really want to. I'm avoiding that conflict or even
Yeah.
interaction.
yeah.
So that's part of it too. It's like everything's fragmented. People don't. There's something about conflict and having to discuss something that pushes people back.
Yeah. And you're reminding me that
It's a younger generational thing that's creeping into our own
Yeah,
environment.
Yeah, and also what passes for long form communication now could exist entirely by text, which is crazy if you
Yeah,
think about it. Like,
yeah.
and I've had long conversations by text, and like all the tone of voice is gone. It's so easy to be misinterpreted.
Right.
If you wait too long, it's like, so many little things. Like the three dots were there and then they disappeared.
Right.
What were you going to say? You were
Yeah.
going to say, yeah.
Okay, so you say you're growing, you've grown, etc. You don't have to be right.
I don't have to be
so when you
right.
do talk to people,
And I would notice a conversation like that, and I would think like, why is this even happening?
Yeah.
You're just stressing each other. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted.
and it got angrier.
Well, of course. How could it not?
got
What else? What else could
I
happen?
could feel it. It was so visceral.
Like,
you could feel it.
where else could it go?
Yeah.
Because you're engaging in something that the only result is you're going to just dig in
Yeah.
and piss each other off.
Yeah.
Remember war games? The only
The way to
solution
win is not to play
not
the
to
game.
play the game. Like if you're in a conversation, and it's actually a pretty apt metaphor, right? Because it's tic-tac-toe against yourself. Like there is no winning.
Right. War Games, for those of you younger than.
Yes.
It's a movie with Matthew Broderick made in 1983 or 4.
yeah. About a computer system that was going to take over the world, destroy the world, and they taught it not to do that by having it play tic-tac-toe with itself. Would you like to explain what tic-tac-toe is? It's a game where you draw a hashtag, and there are zeros and X's.
Yeah.
Zeros and X's are, yeah. Anyway.
Anyway.
Digress.
So the question again was, you're growing, you've grown. You
like
don't
to-
have to be right all the time.
I like to think so, yeah.
Or maybe you do, but you suppress it somehow.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
But okay, let's delve into that. How do you do that? How can other people do that in our current, polarized discourse environment? Impart some of that learning from yourself.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'll try. I notice my own ego. So first of all, it's like I notice, so let's say you bring up a topic that you and I disagree on. Can you
Right-
come up
right
with one
now?
as an example?
You don't choose your own flavors that you like.
Right, I'm not, so I don't believe we have free will, right? Okay, and let's say we're going to have a discussion. So to me, there's a difference between I'm having a discussion to let you know what I think about it
Yeah.
versus I need you to walk away believing it.
Yeah.
Right? So the first thing is to make the decision, what do I want? It would be cool if you walked away believing it because that would be a little boost to my ego. It's like, yeah, I convinced Joel, like he came in, I'm so sure that we have free will.
Right.
But I also know that would be like a bonus. So I've decided that ahead of time. So right away, I've taken the pressure off myself that I have to convince you.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. It's just thinking ahead of time.
How did you get to that? How did you
I
get-
grew, man.
No, but that's
Also-
not easy. That's not an easy
Well,
thing.
for
to
one
just-
thing, no, I'll tell you. No, I lost a friend actually who was really new age, and I used to just fight with him all the time and tell him you're stupid for believing this bullshit, man. I even bought a book called Believing Bullshit, and I wanted him to read it. And did he ever stop believing his beliefs? No, he just thought I was an asshole.
Yeah.
Because I was an asshole. I just was pissing all over his worldview. He never asked for my opinion on his worldview, but I somehow took it upon myself that I have to tell him that your new age bullshit is bullshit. You know?
Yeah. So was that like a seminal moment that
Yeah.
that clicked something in your brain?
Yeah, like I realized, what is the cost of this?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you know, sorry, man, actually quantum physics doesn't work that way. You know, like my desire to teach something that I don't even understand anyway, but to tell him he was wrong about
Yeah.
it, it made me just turn into like some unpleasant guy with like a, you know,
Like
what's the
old man yells at cloud, like
yeah,
that thing.
yeah, yeah. It's like I was gonna say bee in my bonnet, but that's too cute a metaphor. Like,
Yeah.
I was a schmuck. I just like telling him he's wrong all the time. And for what? You know, as I thought about it later, what was really the big prize if I convinced him? It
Right.
was just my ego that wanted to know I convinced him. Because, you know, we're all just spinning on this rock anyway. What difference does
Have
it
you
make?
reached out to that person since then?
I have, yes, I have. And we're not friends anymore, but the animosity was put away.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it was just clear we're too different.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, I don't think all friendships can work. And this was a case where I think it makes more sense that we're not in each other's lives, because he needs someone to be supportive. And he's even said that he wants, you know, people who believe what he believes and are supportive. And
Right.
I can't do it.
Okay, so that was you recognize something, because not everyone will recognize their own, you know,
Their own part?
I'll call it a mistake, their
Yeah.
own mistake, and want to grow from that. So good for you.
And
You
well, thank you.
recognize
And
that.
it wasn't the only one. Like there's just, it's never felt good to tell someone they're wrong. You know, like it just, the downside always seemed to outweigh the upside.
Yeah. Has that happened to you in reverse? Like, you're wrong, Greg, and they just hammer you until you hate that person after a while.
No, I can't say it's happened to me that way, because I was never one who would really lose a debate. Like
Yeah.
I was pretty ruthless. Like if I was taking up the cause, probably even if I was wrong, I wouldn't want to admit it. You know,
Yeah.
because when you're trying to convince somebody, it's all about ego, and I don't want to be wrong.
Right.
So I'd probably even deceive myself, thinking I'm right sooner than be wrong. You know, so that's part of. I'm glad I'm not that guy anymore.
Okay, so you recognize that you purposely decided to make a change.
I did.
So
In the
that-
context that we don't have free will, of course. So I purposely decided to do the inevitable anyway. Yeah, I guess I did. Yeah. I can't tell you why I did, because it doesn't just because you lose a friend or piss people off, that doesn't necessarily lead to making changes.
No.
So I don't know why I did, but I did. You know, so if you want to pat me on the back and sit back and say that's a good thing, yeah, thank you.
A lot of people wouldn't. They would just hold their ground and say,
Yeah.
well, that guy was the schmuck, and
Yeah.
I told him what he needed to hear.
Yeah.
And too bad if he doesn't want to be my friend.
But I can't really claim any really total agency in snapping out of my schmuckdom. You know, I don't know why it happened, but I did, and I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So I'll accept the kudos, but I'm no better than somebody who hasn't snapped out of it. I was just lucky.
Yeah.
I was lucky to recognize the effect it was having.
So
on me.
even though you didn't sort of choose it, maybe it just happened.
Yeah, I could see it. I became clear on the damage it does just to try to be right in a situation where someone's not even interested in changing their mind.
But on our quest to fix the world,
Yeah.
and we want people to have healthier debates, discussions, discourse, I think we would want that for them to snap out even a little bit
Or
of the ego boosting, mission that they're on.
You're gonna love this because it's pithy. Before snapping out, you got to snap in. You got to notice, folks. Before you snap out, you need to snap in.
Yeah.
You got to notice your own ego. What's it saying? Like, I think we can be. I suspect those two people who were involved in that debate you mentioned, they were probably on autopilot. They didn't actually ever ask themselves, what are they hoping to get? What are they doing this for? It was probably just a conversation happening at a habit, maybe an old dynamic coming up. But if either of them probably checked in with themselves, why am I having this conversation? What do I want to achieve with it? What effect do I want to have on the other? How much do I care about the other person
Yeah.
in relation to how much I care about this issue? That's self-checking in. I think that's That's the answer. It's as close as we're going to get to an answer.
So-
is checking in with why are we in this conversation?
Well,
in the first place?
self-awareness,
Yeah.
I think, is probably a through line in all of our discussions.
It's the through line, and like I've mentioned before, it's the foundational pillar of emotional intelligence, and you can't really have a good conversation and good relationships without some measure of emotional intelligence.
But it's impossible to tell someone to be more self-aware.
I know.
So all we can do is hopefully tell them,
Yeah,
and maybe that permeates a little bit into the general discourse once we get past 35 subscribers.
well, put it in the comments, folks.
Yeah.
What is the answer to help encourage productive conversation?
Yeah, and where that you can allow the other person that if they don't agree with you, it's okay.
They can be right.
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
be right for them, which is fine for you.
Yeah, yeah. Them being right doesn't make you wrong. They don't have to be wrong for you to be right. And what are you in the conversation for?
Yeah.
What are you there to achieve? Just do that little check-in. Yeah.
Okay,
All right. Wow.
that was a good one,
That was a good one.
in our opinion.
Yeah. We think so.
You might not think
Yeah.
so.
Do you think it was good? I think it was
I
good.
do.
If you don't think it was good, you're wrong. Look at us, huh?
It's okay.
Just never stops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I
All
appreciate
right.
it. It was a good question. Thank you all, as always, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Take care.